Hi, welcome to Otto & Sons Rose Care University. Today we're going to talk about pruning your roses, and we're going to cover English roses. I know there's a lot of interest in the English roses. The English roses are put in a category called a shrub category. And being there in the shrub category, you'll find a lot of them have different characteristics of hybrid tea type pruning and floribunda type pruning. So you're going to have to look at each plant, decide which way you want to prune it, which way you want to go. So in this case, this is Carding Mill. Carding Mill is a great English rose. We love it. It's nice apricot, great fragrance. But you'll see a lot of flowers and a lot of smaller stems. So we'll prune this more like a floribunda, where we're just kind of making a ball and thinning it out and making space within the canopy of the plant. Let me show you over here the Princess Alexandra of Kent. It's more like a hybrid tea. So here's Princess Alexandra of Kent. Huge flower, look at that, bigger than my hand, with that, about 5 inches across, nice little bee head down there. Larger stem, single flower. These you would trim more like a hybrid tea, where you're trying to create a vase shape, and you're going to have the spacing within it, a canopy in a space within the canopy, and the branches are on the outside. So that's how these will get pruned. I'll show you a sample in a little bit. But those are the two pretty much styles we'll be looking at, and we'll show you a few more plants along the way. So these Carding Mills are more like a floribunda, so we're going to trim these about 50%. So you come in and trim, this one's about 4 feet tall, so we're going to come through and cut it about 2 feet low and come through and just trim it, take all that brush away so we can see what we need to work on. At home you do it by hand, but here we use a power shear. It makes it much quicker. Timmy? So Timmy's finished hedging all of this Carding Mill, and a few branches were left on here. Need to get removed and cleaned up. The sharp edges should get cleaned off. But if you wanted to stop right here, you could. We've done this before in the springtime when we had events and stuff. We'll do this about 6 or 8 weeks ahead of our event, and we'll go through and trim it, and just stop right at this point. And they'll come back in 6 to 8 weeks in full bloom again, just in time for our event. We're going to show you in a moment just how to go through in the wintertime. I like to do a little bit harder pruning, where you thin it out and clean it up and get it ready to go for its dormant period. All right, so Timmy has now cleaned these plants out. He's thinned them out, so there's a lot of air circulation within it, removed any crossing branches, any dead branches. The leaves can be left behind. The dormant spray we'll do a little bit later. That's going to help drop those off. You can remove them certainly if you want to, and then clean up the leaves behind. And the edges, the shredded edges from the pruner have been removed, so nice clean cuts on this plant. We'll go through and do a dormant spray when we're finished, but I want to show you some other plants first. So this is our Princess Alexandra of Kent. It grows more like a hybrid tea, and Timmy's going to go through and clean this up, and we're going to trim it more like a vase shape is what we're trying to do, a vase shape. Keep the middles empty and the outsides where the stems are. And then on those stems, he's going to direct those buds when he's finished to the outside of the plant, always keeping that growth to the outside to create better air circulation. So I'm going to go through and clean these up a little more. Got some more over here. You can do a little more there. These little spindly guys can come out. Here we go. These here were planted last spring. So this is January, so it's only been about 9 months of growth. Okay, there's that long branch heading over that way, Jimmy. Trim that one back. Or take it out, whatever you think. Okay, take it out. I think it's good to leave an odd set of branches. 3, 5s, and 7s are always more attractive just to the eye, not the plant cares. He's looking for buds now to trim those to the outside bud. Trim that one branch away so you can see what's going on. Okay, so not a whole lot here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 branches, 5 with that one over there. Little stub taken off there. So there you go, kind of a small plant, but it's this first year. We'll do more with it next year. So that's Princess Alexandra of Kent, trimmed more like a hybrid tea. So this bed here is Boscobel, so it's a kind of a hybrid tea, Floribunda, a bit of a mix, small stems, big flowers. This one here I've kind of trimmed as a hybrid tea with the middle open. I've got the center open here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 canes coming up, about 18 inches tall overall, and it's ready to go spring. Branches are cut so the buds are going to the outside, and that's our Boscobel. Oh, there's a little bit right there, trim that off. I need loppers for that. Okay, so that's the Boscobel. We do it at our place. Okay, here we are up in the garden, and we have these have already been finished. I want to show you what the finished product looks like. Here's Lady Shalott English, Tranquility English. So you got nice stems, nice differentiation and space within each branch to create that air circulation. Over here we have Carefree Wonder, not an English, it's a shrub variety. And then back over here, along here, Imogene. You see Imogene? Kind of thinned out, nice thin out. We left the leaves on there, those will drop eventually. Hansa back there, we pruned that back. It has no leaves. Come back over here, we have Gentle Hermione, trim this more like a Floribunda. See, it's kind of just a round ball. It's been trimmed that way. Thomas Becket, another English, just those little stems on there. So that's how we finished ours. We'll come through and do a mulching, a little more mulching on here for the year, and then we'll do our dormant spray. And thanks for watching. This is a great time to come out and garden